those vegan guys. Thank you.
Hello, my loves. This is not a planned vlog at all. Actually, yesterday's Sainsbury's shopping vlog wasn't planned at all. You know, I just said to Jason halfway there, shall I film? Shall I do a vlog? And you do the scanning on your phone. So it was quite a throw together that, but I'm quite pleased with it. But there you go. Just to make it very clear, by the way, if you haven't seen any of our early shopping videos and you did see that one, we sanitize our hands before we go in the supermarket and before we get back in the car after we've put the shopping in the boot. Then when we get home, we wash our hands before we sanitize everything, before we put it away, and then wash our hands again and change our clothes. Because it seems that this whole COVID malarkey is kind of kicking off again. And I'm not going to lie to you, I'm pretty scared about it. I was scared when it all started, and even more so now, having seen the raves that went on a couple of weeks ago, the two big raves, followed by the protests in Manchester and in London, followed by the beaches being absolutely crammed full, followed by this kind of, all right, everything's opening back up again now. So those of you who know the channel, Jason has been back in work today, and from next week he's back in work 2 days a week. And it just feels to me like it's going to happen here, exactly what is happening in America at the moment. They reopened everything up in certain places, and now the cases are shooting through the roof. And all right, the mortality rate might be lower, but give it time. This thing is bloody terrifying, isn't it? And so I'm really worried that Jason is being made to go back into an office to do exactly what he can do perfectly well right here at home. I'm sure that the charity is feeling pressure to get people back to work. Everything must get back to normal. The economy must start again. But scary times, scary times, guys. And this whole news about this new flu that's come out of nowhere that could possibly become pandemic and could mutate and, you know, become another life taker. It's all of it still linked in with human consumption, use and abuse of animals. And I'm getting to that point now where, I mean, you can't fix stupid. It sounds like an awful thing to say, but for the last 10 years, there have been constant reports from climate specialists and environmental experts and scientists and physicians and doctors and surgeons warning of not only what meat and dairy consumption do to the human body and what diseases they can promote and even cause, but what the rearing of that produce is doing to the planet. 10 years, it's been constant. 10 years ago, the UN released a report urging the world to start moving towards a vegan diet. 10 years ago. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, the reason that people won't even consider that is because of their egos, because they believe they have a right. You see, to be willing to hear new information that contradicts what you hold as fact already, you have to be willing. You have to actually, it's a process. It's not just, oh, if it were real, I'd get it. You've got to actually say to yourself, all right, I believe that a meat and dairy diet and eggs are optimal for human health. But is that right? And why don't I listen to another side of this argument, or indeed find scientific get it scientifically validated. Validification. That doesn't sound right. Is that right? Validification. Validation. Oh, words sometimes. It's like word soup. Yeah, you've got to be either show us the evidence that proves your point, or be willing to listen to other information. And I don't get why meat and dairy consumers and what are commonly called carnists. I suppose carnist is to meat eating what jingoism is to nationalism. I don't get where their anger comes from when another human being who has every right to hate them because of their refusal to see animals as sentient beings actually continually wants to help them and their children and their children's children and the planet and the animals. It's all about benefiting all of those things, and yet we face such vitriol. Which is very confusing, and like I said, the only thing that I've ever been able to link it to is defense of the ego. The ego is a very powerful thing, and it's what can make people feel so singular and all about themselves that it's, oh, what about me? Do you ever see my what about me video? I'll link it up there. It's a good one. And I've done a couple of videos before about kind of pleading with people to be vegan. I did kind of two in a very short succession. I did that one, mad. Kind of inspired by and fueled by I'm as mad as hell and I'm not going to take this anymore from Network. The movie, 1976. Albert. And then because of the reaction to that, because some people were like, this is brilliant, this is exactly what I needed to hear, and other people were like, no, this puts me off, this kind of anger. So then I did another one titled something like, if I say it gentler, will you hear it better? I'll link that one up there too. But then we get to a point like this, so we're 10 years on from when the first kind of official, based on science reports urging the world to move towards a vegan diet, started to come out. 10 years. And for 10 years, there has been nothing but constant films, documentaries, analysis, studies, scientific reports, medical reports. Official bodies actually saying, actually, we've studied this now, like the BDA, the British Dietetic Association, which say a well-planned vegan diet is suitable for people of all ages, because of course it is. And yet here we are, you know, in the middle, I would say, of a worldwide pandemic We're not even at the end of phase 1 yet, which America is learning brutally, and we in Britain are about to learn brutally. Because if you're not taking these steps to protect yourself from this virus, if you're not being cautious, I mean, there are some people even frowning at people for being cautious. Like I said at the start, me and Jason are meticulous with our sanitisation before and after everything. And we wear a mask while shopping. The number of people that weren't wearing a mask, you see it in yesterday's Sainsbury's video. I'll put the full list of shopping videos up there, and it'll be the top one because it was last to put in the list. Oh, I just took me coochie band off, and that's the first sneeze of the day. Am I supposed to leave it on all day? I don't particularly want to do that. There will be another. I've started again to document my evening meals because I know that 21 meals over 3 weeks video has been quite inspiring for some people. I never thought of that. Great meal. You know, I'm going to jot these down. I'll link that up there as well. But I've carried on with the kind of health journey, documenting my evening meals. So at some point this week, I'll throw together all the bits I've done, along with some gardening updates. Need to put that coochie band back on. Yeah, so, I mean, are you worried? And I know that some of you are. I know that some of you are in the group on Facebook, that vegan group. And we discuss it in there sometimes, and I know that I post things sometimes on the Those Vegan Guys page on Facebook. And, you know, some of you make it very clear there that you're as fed up as I am. It's so worrying and concerning, and, you know, people like Trump still won't wear a mask, which is toxic masculinity 101. Or, like they said on TYT today, he's terrified that his fake tan will come off on the mask and people will see his orange makeup. Could be that. I mean, it could be that. But how are you feeling? This was why I wanted to do this one today. I just wanted a quick sound out with you guys. Do you think I'm needlessly worrying, or do you think that there are too many people not worrying enough, not being cautious enough? I feel like we're pretty much doing all that we can to keep ourselves and other people around us safe. We have minimal contact. When we go to see Jason's parents, we stand at the gate while they're at the front door. When I pop down to see my mother, I don't ever sit next to her, ever. I usually stand near the kitchen door, a good few metres away, and I sanitise my hands before I go and when I get back. Because it does feel like, because of everything that's happened, this is really going to blow up again. And yeah, I just find that really scary. And so I'm just trying to be as honest with myself about that as I can be, to deal with it as effectively as I can, and to just urge whoever I can to please consider veganism. COVID-19, because of us and animals, the new flu pandemic that could be coming just around the corner will be because of us and animals. Let's just break that link. It will do nothing but benefit you. And to hate someone for wanting that for you means that your ego rules you. And that's really sad, I think. Your humanity should rule you. It should be, you know, the thing. So yeah, you'll be pleased to know, I believe, that the girls will be having a Skype chat tomorrow, the Vegan Queens. Their channel is always linked down there in the description, always. They'll be having a Skype chat on their channel tomorrow, catch up after Line Pride and getting back to the whole Ladies of Lockdown series, so that should be fab. If I haven't already said 5 videos and pointed up there, I'll link them up there, but they're always down in the description. And just as because still, it's like yesterday's video, I linked the hummus recipe and somebody asked me for the hummus recipe in the comments, and I'm like, it's in the video and in the description of the video, and I clearly said that in the video. So if you don't know what people say, you have to listen to receive, okay? If you're on a mobile phone, you touch the screen, a little white circle with an eye in it will come up above the screen, on the screen. Touch that, and every video that I've said, I'll link it up there, will appear underneath this video as it's playing on a mobile phone. If you're on a desktop, well, that's a mobile phone or any kind of iPad, or, you know. If you're on a desktop, put your mouse on the screen, click, you'll see the eye, click, and all the videos will come on the screen at the side, a little bar. So there you go, now you've learned something. And the description, just expand the description under the video. There's always a lot of information under everybody's video that ever uploads to YouTube, but sometimes I don't know why we bother, because photo don't look. But it's all there, all the information you could ever wish, all the links to folk and to our Patreon and our merch and Amazon storefront, all kinds of stuff. Anyway, so Jason's been to work today. He's gone teaching guitar, and then he'll be home. I shall make a lovely dinner, and no doubt I shall film what we're having a little bit, and maybe tomorrow or the day after I'll get the gardening and food vlog put together. But I'm very worried. I'm worried that we're just going to keep getting pandemic after pandemic, that this is nature's way of telling us to stop now. I need you to stop, it all must stop. And we're what's making it continue. We're the problem. Scary. Scary Mary. Anyway, I love you all. I'll get off. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry if this was a bit meh. Sometimes life's a bit meh. I will see you again very, very soon. And until then, please be excellent to yourself and each other and the animals and the planet. Please. I bloody love you.